Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commenttary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Hello and welcome to the Commenttary Hub, and we're bringing you something different from the Women's Euros this time around, and we're bringing you some highlights packages instead of full match commentaries. And your match commentator for all the highlights that you'll hear on this video and the other videos coming up will be from Nicholas Jones.
Norway on the ball with Caroline Graham-Hansen, almost tackled by Del Giuliano. Italy now retake it, and it's with Caruso. Caruso threads her way through the defence, just wide. She can't believe it, but there is still a long way to go in this game. The ball was briefly held by Nilsson, but Italy were able to retake it through Caruso, and I think it just touched the post. Italy now have another chance in the 21st minute. Severini with the efforts, but kept out by Fiskerstrand. And I can just about see that Fiskerstrand was deft with her hands. Nilsson crossing down the field to Bielde. Bielde towards Hegerberg, but Hegerberg's effort was just a fraction too wide. And after 36 minutes, it's still Italy 0, Norway 0. Bit of a slip up from the Italian defence, and that was all Bielde needed to cross to Hegerberg. Norway now pelting up the field, courtesy of Galpse, and Galpse goes for a daring effort, but it's a long way off, and that would have been the goal of the tournament had that ball gone in. Norway retake the ball, but Italy now have it back. Severini now passing it down to Cantore. Cantore looks for Girelli, and it's sent in. Italy were piling the pressure on Norway throughout the whole of this game. It had to come sooner or later. And Italy performing like a well-oiled machine. Cantore saw that Girelli was in the right place at the right time, and the Italian captain finished it off with precision, dodged Bielde, dodged Fiskerstrand, and Italy lead by a goal to 0. On the ball is Nilsson for Norway, towards Hegerberg, but saved by Giuliani, and a yellow card for Linari. That was a rough tackle on the Norway captain, Ada Hegerberg. Both arms round her, and that was all that was needed for a penalty. So Hegerberg to take the penalty. Can she put this one in? Runs up and kicks the ball, but it's too wide! I can't believe it! Neither can Hegerberg. She hasn't really been on much form throughout this tournament. Something isn't exactly right. Norway now have the ball through to Hansen. Hansen to Voldvik. Voldvik now crossing forward to Hegerberg. Hegerberg in the goal area. The ball is loose and it's in. Norway are level. And that makes up for the missed time penalty. Ada Hegerberg could well be the start of the bounce back for Norway. They were on the back foot against Italy early on in the second half, but they've regained. Now on the ball for Italy is Greggi. Now the ball being crossed down the field towards Girelli! And this could well be a major upset! Girelli second of the night! Could well send Italy to the semi-finals for the first time since 1997! Again, superbly controlled. Ball controlled by Italy. And Girelli was in the right place at the right time to head it in. Full-time score at the Stade de Genève in Geneva. Norway 1, Italy 2. Carter passing the ball out to Walsh, but poorly given away to Sweden. It's the captain Aslani! And Aslani takes the lead for Sweden in under 2 minutes. This will have surely sent alarm bells ringing in the England squad. Aslani received the ball from Blackstenius, and that was a very calm finish from the captain. Hampton could not do anything about it. Now on the ball is Lauren Hemp, given away to Sweden. And now after it is Stina Blackstenius. She has Carter for company, dodges her, and Sweden double their lead. Fantastic from the Arsenal forwards. Blackstenius, the hero for Sweden once again. And is this revenge for their 4-0 thumping by England in the semi-finals at the last Euros? Now on the ball is Russo. Russo for England. Passes to Chloe Kelly. And Kelly crossing. Headed in by Lucy Bronze. Her experience shows once again England are not out of this yet. Kelly with the initial cross. Mead almost had a chance, but Bronze saw what was coming and just headed it in. 10 minutes to go, still Sweden 2, England 1. Kelly with the ball just outside the box, headed by Mead and finished off by the teenager Michelle Adjumang. Her first major tournament international goal. Fantastic finish from Adjumang. Received the ball from Kelly. I thought it was initially going to be Mead that sent it in, but Adjumang was like, thank you very much, I'll just tap it in myself. Still 2-2 between Sweden and England as the second half draws to a close, and Janagi's looking to change that, but palmed away by Hampton. That was almost sent in. And now England have taken the ball through James. James crossing the ball forward once again to Adjumang. Adjumang now inside the goal area, passing to Kelly, but forced wide. That was Holmberg who deflected it away. So we're now into extra time and still nothing is resolved. Yanagi almost sent it in, and now it's a crossing by Nilden, but just missed. And in fact, it was Lena Hurtig with the final touch. And the score after extra time is Sweden 2, England 2, and we go to penalties. Is Alessia Russo. Russo standing well behind the ball, times her chance, and straight in! England have the first penalty kick. And now it's Filippa Angeldal for Sweden. Can she level it? Facing Hampton, and Hampton saves! So Sweden draw a blank at the first penalty attempt. Superb use of the hands by Hampton. Now it's Lauren James's turn for England. Runs up, kicks the ball, saved by Falk! Sweden could well be a tough opponent for England on penalties. And now to take the penalty, and that was sent in rapidly by Zigotti Omi. England level against Sweden. And now to take the penalty, Beth Mead, but missed. Saved by Falk. And the next player to take the penalty for Sweden is Magda Eriksson. Magda Eriksson runs, and it's off the post! Serena Wigman delighted at this, but there is still a long way to go. Alex Greenwood, the next player for England, saved by Falk! 3 penalties in a row, missed by England. This gives Sweden a golden chance to get in front. And they do! Through Natalie Bjorn, who plays at Chelsea. She fired one past her teammates. And we could be in for a sensational story. Actually, it's Chloe Kelly. She scored the winning goal in the penalty shootout against Nigeria. Can she contribute in this match too? Sells the dummy, runs for it, and into the net it goes. That's the right side. And we could be in for a sensational story. Jennifer Falk, the goalie, to send Sweden to the semi-finals. Takes a step back, eyes Hampton, and she blazes it over! I don't believe it, so it's 2-2 after 5 attempts. This match is still far from resolved. Grace Clinton for England, saved by Falk! That was a poor spot kick for England in my view. And now, on the ball this time, is Jakobsen for Sweden. Can she deliver? She can't! Hampton got her hands to it, and it just bounced off the posts. And England fans can't bear to watch as Lucy Bronze takes what England are hoping to be their final spot kick. Bronze goes for it, and it's into the roof of the net! Well taken penalty by Lucy Bronze. Wears her heart on her sleeve. Represents her country with pride. And she's done it again. But Smelia Holmberg, the teenager, could well put things back even further. She goes for it. It blazes over the crossbar. She falls to the ground, crestfallen. And England have done it yet again on penalties. They won the finalissima on penalties. They beat Nigeria in the Women's World Cup on penalties. And this is, once again, proof, if it were ever needed, reminded that England are at their best when their backs are up against the wall. They worked so hard for it, and they will face Italy in the semi-finals. So the final score after extra time was 2-2. England win 3-2 on penalties. Spain closing in on the 18-yard box. The ball being crossed down towards Bonmati. Bonmati misses, but the ball is picked up by Caldente. Caldente making her way into the goal area, forced away by the Switzerland defenders. Penalty! Penalty to Spain. And the aggressor in that one was Ryson. Ryson didn't even get anywhere near the ball, but she got Caldente all the same. Caldente to punish them even further. Just wide. And it's still 0-0 after 8 minutes. Caldente did everything right, but the angle was all wrong. And that's a let-off for Switzerland. Now on the ball, this time is Bonmati. Bonmati to Onabato. And flicked away by Anna Maria Krinogorcevic. She took no chances, but that has given a corner to Spain. Spain take the corner. Almost headed in by Irene Paredes, the captain. She didn't even jump. She knew the ball was coming, but it just hit the post. Now it's Bonmati. Bonmati in towards the goal area, but just kept out by Switzerland and Ryson. And Spain now take advantage of this corner. And almost headed by Patry. Patry's header couldn't make the difference. And Spain are still held by Switzerland at 0-0. Patry's header was from a long way back. And after a bit of jostling in the goal area, everything was still kept out. Now on the ball is Pina. Pina passes to Bonmati. And now the ball being directed to Atenea. Atenea! And that's 1-0 for Spain after almost 65 and a half minutes. She scored the opening goal in Spain's last match against Italy, and she does so again against Switzerland. Maritz held Bonmati well, but Atenea was like, oh no you don't, and just slotted it in precisely. Now the ball still with Switzerland, and a good tackle by Claudia Pina. Claudia Pina on the edge of the goal area, and that's 2 for Spain. The world champions are showing why they are the team to beat in this tournament. Poorly given away by Switzerland, and Pina just took her chance. That's her second goal of the tournament, her 9th for her country. Atenea now with the ball. Goes into the goal area. And almost sent in by Lopez. It was almost 3. And Atenea fouled inside the goal area by Switzerland's number 19, Iman Beni. Is this another penalty? It is. And Putellas to take the shot, but it doesn't go in. Unbelievable. Spain miss 2 penalties in the same game. And Livia Peng guessed twice and palmed it away with ease. And now almost picked up by Paruelo, but that was a terrible foul by Noel Maritz down on the ground. The referee isn't impressed, and someone is going to get a red card out of this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Maritz, because she did not touch the ball, and it is! And that is a further crushing blow to Switzerland. And that's it! Switzerland's dreams are over! And Spain are through to the semi-finals. The final score at the Stadion Weitdorf in Bern: Spain 2, Switzerland 0. Mabasha with the free kick for France. Ball goes in towards the goal area, but did Hendrick pull Batty's hair? The referee calls play to a halt, and there is a VAR check for a possible red card. And Hendrick clearly pulling Mbok's hair. You just cannot do anything like that. And the referee going over to the monitor to check in more detail. And not only could this be a red card, a penalty could be given to France. So, referee studying the picture very, very carefully. And to me, it's a red card all day long. Penalty to France! That just rubs salt into the wounds for Germany. And the referee has got a red card out. And predictably, Katrin Hendrick has been sent off. She doesn't know why, but a rule is a rule, and you have to abide by it. It's Grascioro to take the penalty, and in it goes! Into the centre. France have the lead. Did well to run up. Berger got a finger or two to it, but that was also poor defending from the Germany back line. On and out to Germany. The ball headed towards Nushkan! Nushkan equalises for Germany. So the game is level after 25 minutes. The German fans are happy, so too is Nushkan. And the ball beautifully delivered in the corner. And Nushkan with the final touch. Was a bit of a scuffle going on in the penalty area, but the French defenders could not get to it. And this means a lot to Christian Vuk. So Katoto, Gayoro, and now Cascarino! Cascarino with the finish, but it's offside, and the goal will not count. France, despite their earlier lead and falling to equal with Germany, they are now beginning to feel like they are hard done by. WEURO with the delivery and Cascarino with the final finish. I have a feeling that Cascarino was just ahead of the last defender. So now it's Cascarino. Cascarino for France. Going around Jules Brandt. And that was a nice long-range shot, but it was halted by Berger. And Katrin Berger. Superb. Nice use of the hands. And the game still remains level. France have this corner. It's Basha. Basha to Katoto. And almost headed in by Katoto. But the finish has been given to number 8. Grascioro. She's very pleased about that. And so too are the remaining substitutes. Beautifully taken corner. And it was actually Diani who crossed to Katoto. The diving header didn't make it, but WEURO took advantage of the rebound. But will it count? I have a feeling there could be a goal check, and the feeling and my decision and my feelings are proved correct. The referee is going over to the monitor to have a look at the goal review. This is the second time she's done it in the match, and it was Lacroix coming in from an offside position. I'm just taking a look at this on my monitor as well. Lacroix was ahead of Kleinhern, and the referee disallows the goal, and we go back to 1-1. Berger clears the ball out of the goal. Being forwarded to Jule Brandt. It's Jule Brandt for Germany. She's pressurised by Basha. Brought down, penalty. Germany have the penalty. And Selma Basha feels that she wasn't in the wrong, but a mistimed tackle might have gotten hold of the ball, but in the end a penalty is a penalty. And so it's Nushkan to take the penalty. Scored beautifully in the first half. Can she do so again in the second half? Runs up, strikes, saved by Peiro Magnan. And she will be a heroine in France for that. The French supporters think so, and so too does Grascioro. Germany now have to start producing even more firepower. But that was a beautiful effort by Shirka Nushkan nonetheless. France now in possession. It's Karshui. Karshui towards Diani, but intercepted by Knack. And Knack sends the ball over the line. Well saved though by Anne-Catherine Berger. So we're well into extra time, and it's still France 1, Germany 1. Melvin Mallard with the ball now for France, and we're now into the dying seconds of extra time. Is she gonna make it? No! It just clips the crossbar, and we will go to penalties after all. Lovely curling effort from Mallard, but it just wasn't to be, and Berger almost got her finger to it. That's it. Nothing is resolved after 120 minutes. We go to penalties. Germany, despite going a player down, they've come back strong, and this will prove beneficial to them in the penalty shootouts. It's Mignet, the first to take the penalty for Germany. And swiftly taken by the captain. Now next up is Amel Majri, the first for France, going for an unusual method in taking the penalty. But Anne-Catherine Berger is wise to that, and France draw a blank. The German fans are on tenterhooks. It's Linda Dahlmann next for Germany, and 2-0. France have really got to pull something out of the bag. They might just do it with Karshui, and they have. Now next to take the penalty for Germany is Kanak, and in it goes. 3-1 Germany. Now it's Melvie Mallard wanting to make up for her early disappointments, and she's done it! Her goal could prove crucial for France. Now next up is Dabritz over the bar! The French fans are delighted with this. And now next up is Sondi Baltimore, straight in from the Chelsea player. It's 3-3. And Catherine Berger steps up to the plate. She scored in the Olympic Games last year. Can she do so this time? And she does! This could be valuable for Germany. France are 4-3 down. And to level it is Jean-Francois. Aurélien Jean-Francois does it. And it's now 4-4. And the next one to take the penalty is Clara Bull. Germany back in front, but for how much longer? Now it's Ndongala. Ndongala, and it's still level. Neither France nor Germany are giving this one up without a fight. Schurker-Nuskun now to make up for her missed penalty in the second half. And this is the way to make amends! Fabulous finish from Schurker-Nuskun. And now to take the penalty is Alice Sombat for France. This young lady has great potential ahead of her, but she is denied it by Anne-Catherine Berger. Germany are through to the semi-finals. What a game for Germany. What a game for Anne-Catherine Berger. She survived 2 cancer operations. She's been through the mill with criticism and vilification from the papers and the online media, but she has silenced those critics. This is her night. This is Germany's night. Despite going a player down, they came back and came back strong. They refused to die, and they could be looking at a place in the Euro final when they take on Spain. For France, it is utter dejection. The final score was 1-1 between Germany and France. After 120 minutes, Germany win 6-5 on penalties.
thanks for listening to this video of our Women's Euros highlights on the Commentary Hub. Make sure you join us next time for more Women's Euros action.